Welcome back to Framing the Force. Before the break, we discussed some of our favorite stories from both canon and legends, but now we wanted to discuss some stories that we would love to see make the jump from legends into canon. Robbie, what is a Star Wars story that you would like to see brought into the main canon?
This used to be a really easy answer for me. Now
Hmm.
it's tricky because I would always say Plagueis.
Oh, yeah. I feel like you could still
So
say, I mean, like,
I
we've
still
got
like
two
that's still
seconds.
I want to see him.
Yeah.
I think they're inching towards it. So I don't. It's not my like necessarily number one want. I mean, it is my number one want. I want to see it, no doubt.
Hmm.
But like,
It's
I
happening.
think we're slowly getting there. So I think I
Yeah.
can maybe say something else now.
That's fair.
I have a weird headspace on it now for the last week. I've been thinking about this for a while, actually.
Mm,
But so I guess just old Republic stuff in general. Just get away from the. I've said it before. Always say it. Get away from the Skywalker timeline. Go 1,000, whatever, 2,000 years back. Give me the Sith and Jedi
give
War.
me
Like
Vitiate,
I just
bro.
want to see him. Yeah, just it's very simple. Just give me anything old Republic. I don't care. Put the timeline over there. Adapt some story we've gotten. It doesn't make any sense to me sometimes because the old Republic game is still being supported. There are still updates for it.
Yeah.
They're making new cinematic trailers. Like
Hmm.
not often, but we've
But they
gotten
do
new one
happen, yeah. There
recently.
was one,
Yeah,
the
like
latest one was like 2, 3 years ago at this point, I think.
I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a good trailer.
like yeah, it was great. Like I don't care what you do. Bring the game team over or put them in canon. It's just
Do
still
you
being made. Like
do you think we're ever getting the Knights of the Old Republic remake?
oh god, I had such high hopes. I have no expectations now.
It's been like 4 years.
I will believe it when I freaking see it.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of treat that with a lot of Star Wars leaks now and everything. But that is one I am holding I'm holding true to.
I
Like,
have like 5 gifts
I
from it. That like 10-second teaser was cool.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like he can only do so much with that little bit of Revan. It looks great. It looks
Yeah.
great. Like I was really happy, but like I have no hopes right now. I have no expectations, no hopes. I'll believe it when I see it with on shelves. Like at that
Mhm.
point, like not even trailer, not a release date. I need to see that on shelves.
Yeah. That's fair.
But yeah, I think I want to. That's my answer. Anything Old Republic, preferably like Kotor times, like Knights times,
Mhm.
or either that. Like so, either give me something with Nihilus because he's my second favorite Sith behind Maul. Give me him or give me Bane. Bane is
Yeah.
probably a better answer, like in terms of a story or something you can work with and adapt. Um, and it's probably a really yeah. I'd probably like to see that one after Plagueis. I'll go with I'll lock in Bane as the answer. Give me the Bane adaptation as
This
a
guy.
three movies,
Yeah.
please and thank you.
Yeah, I think that was my number 1 on my list. I was like, I knew
No,
that
I
I was
just
going to
full
mention.
on stole it from you after my trying to decide what I was gonna go
Yeah, I was like, this dude
with.
just swerved his way into my answer. Um, no,
My
but
bad.
it's one of those things that I was thinking about whenever I was jotting down notes for this episode, and I was like, well, I know I'm going to mention Bane earlier in the episode too, but I mean, yeah, it's I want to see Bane adapted to I agree 3 movies. I think is definitely the way to go for it, and I think it would be really awesome. I think a lot of people really want to see that. I will say I don't know if I'm in the minority here or not. I don't like the armored look that he had in the Clone Wars sequence, like when Yoda sees
I
him.
think it was a little bit much. I don't know.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
wasn't what I envisioned.
Mm-mm.
Like
Which,
it didn't look Orbalesque
yeah, well, because
either. It just looked like armor.
that's definitely not what that was. That was just
Yeah, it just
armor
looked like armor.
that he wore,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure that I really like that. I like the idea that it's he
Yeah, I
doesn't.
like the idea that like he got these little guys on him.
Yeah, one that.
It looks ugly, but like
Mhm. I like seeing that, but then I also, even aside from that armor, I like the idea that besides that, he doesn't typically wear arm. He's the weapon.
he's
His
just that guy.
Yeah,
He
like
doesn't need it. Yeah, he
he's
doesn't need it.
just huge, and you just don't mess with him or you
He's
don't
a
hit him.
tank. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you're not gonna like he doesn't need to intimidate you any more than a just giant
hulking
bald
dude.
built guy. These like face tattoos. Like
Mhm.
I, I'm running the opposite direction. No ifs ands buts.
Yeah. So I think that's my main thing with the armor, but that's more nitpicky stuff.
Yeah, that's a nitpick.
I just wanna see
I
Bane.
agree though. I agree.
I just wanna see Bane movies. I think that would be great. It's my number 1. Coinciding with that, generally, I agree with your response of the Old Republic in general. I think that, like you, there's just a ton to do there, a ton of things to explore that would be really awesome to see. It'd be super fresh. There's so much just untapped potential. I always forget their names. I think I was correct in their father's name, Vitiate, Lord Vitiate. Um,
Oh,
the
with the
twins,
2
well, the
twins,
twins and
yeah.
then the sister, because that trailer's
Oh, I
also
didn't know it was
awesome.
a sister. Is it her sister?
Yeah. Have you
Oh.
so I'll send you some gifts after. I mean, I'll send you the
Yeah, I didn't know.
trailer. But
I mean, I probably knew like
it's
I'm not very brushed up on most of the Old Republic stories.
I forget which what the trailer title is, but it's the one where the mother has the lightsaber pike. It's the
Mhm.
blue lightsaber pike,
I
which
have to
is
rewatch it. I just watched them recently too. I didn't even. I'm kind of. I guess I
yeah, because
missed
like the
that. That's
beginning
good
of
to know.
the sisters trailer has like the you see the boys for a second, and that's how you
Mhm.
go, okay, this is their sister.
Yeah, because I watched all of the trailers in like their 20-minute compilation or whatever
Hmm.
recently because
Got to
I
do
had
that every now and
forgotten that
then.
I had yeah I know I had forgotten that I had shown my girlfriend them. I was like, hey, I don't think I've ever seen these, so I'm gonna show you them. And then I showed them to her, and I was like, oh no, wait, I think I've shown you these before, but we're gonna watch them anyway.
Yeah, because they're so good.
They're perfect.
Um, but yeah, I think that the twins and Vitiate, believing I'm correct and that's him.
No,
Um,
I believe you're right.
but that whole story would be awesome to see. There's just a ton of stuff from the Old Republic that would be cool. I brought a lot of answers to this one though, honestly. So I like that the Old Republic, Jedi Sith Wars, which like this kind of goes into the Old Republic in general, but just like
Mandalorian Wars too.
like you were saying earlier, just the huge large scale conflict between these two factions that
I
are
mean, it's
wielding the
clearly the
Force
cream of the crop in
and the
Legends.
lightsaber. Yeah, like just give me huge, incredible, bombastic, just unbelievable lightsaber and force battles and stuff like that. I think that that's not all that Star Wars should be, and I think we should have a
Right.
lot of variety there. But like, come on, dude, who doesn't love?
Star Wars is also for everybody, and
Yeah,
someone wants those stories, and a lot of people do.
yeah.
So,
So
you can tell any and all kinds of stories. We've seen it, but
mhm.
and it's not what it's all about. But sometimes it's all we
Sometimes
need.
I want to see some laser swords, dude.
Yeah, sometimes I just want to some sick action.
Yeah.
Turn
So
off my brain and just watch lightsabers fly across my screen, flashing lights.
yeah, it's cool. I think that's important too. But so those I think would be great. On the complete opposite end of that spectrum, I want to see the Chiss off the
Yes.
page. I want to see the Chiss
Hmm.
ascendancy. I want to explore that. And this is kind of not exactly what the question was because this was about bringing Legends things in, and the Chiss already exists in the canon and have been explored. I don't know if the most in canon. I don't know how much Heir to the
But a
Empire.
nice chunk we've gotten.
Like I don't know how much Heir to the Empire originally goes into the Chiss stuff.
No, most of the Chiss stuff is ascendancy
Okay.
from what I've been able to piece together.
Um.
Because I've read all 3 trilogies, but that's all I've touched in terms of Throne. I have, like, the
Okay.
spin-off, like, little duology or whatever.
Yeah,
I think Visions of the Future, I think
that makes sense.
Spectres of the Past.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so I know that they've been exploring canon through the books, but I would love to see that being brought into an adaptation and being explored even more. Because even in the Throne books, like they
Mhm.
get into it, but kind of it's not the main focus of those books,
Right, but
really.
it gives you a nice, like, stuff to work with, nice
Yeah,
idea,
like I have an
but
understanding of their government and the way that things work, and like some of the planets and stuff, and the
give me
general
that
rulers
Game
being
of
shown.
Thrones
Yeah, but like
s
that stuff, that's so. I think that that's ripe for. I think that one would be fantastic in a series setting. But
especially nowadays.
I would like them to do the like give it 10, 12 episodes a season, 40-minute to an hour long episodes. That's I think you really need that kind of give it this is going to sound so cliche and kind of annoying, but like
Give it an hour 10.
give it the Andor treatment. Let me just make it
Yeah.
like that like it's the same type of show in that it's not about the lightsaber wielding force users. It's about the politics and things like that. So I would love to see the Chiss adapted more. And then the last two things is, and they did this some in um, some recent stuff. I would love to see exploration of more galaxies. Like we know that we have the main one, and then we've started seeing other ones now. But so like more of
Mhm.
that, and then just the Force in general. I think anything that explores the Force.
Abelard.
Yeah, I think that just the Force as a concept, you don't have to like, I don't need to know the origins of the Force or, like, everything about how the Force works, but I think doing more things with the Force is, I guess, what I mean when, like, talking about exploring it as a concept, like, you can
Like
introduce new things.
abilities and
Yeah,
stuff.
like abilities and just, like, exploring the ideas of it and, like, what it means, and I don't know, I just think that the Force, is one of the most interesting things in Star Wars, and I
Yeah,
think that
that
there's
is.
there's an unlimited amount of things that you can do there, and so whenever things lean into that in whatever way it may be, I think that that's very interesting, and I am always for seeing a lot more of that, um, but yeah, like, I'm so excited that the first or that we're getting Mangold's, like, the first Jedi movie,
Mhm.
like, the fact
No,
that
it's gonna be exciting.
that's so
That's gonna
cool,
be
I
real
think,
exciting.
as,
I
just
wanna
a
see a
take.
proto saber.
Yeah, like, that's awesome. So, just stuff like that, like, exploring things from that avenue, I think would be really cool. But
I would
those are my list.
I would kick myself if I ended without, because I forgot to mention Star Killer.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't care.
Do you want him to
It's
be canon?
I want him to be canon in the
Dude,
sense that, like, I just want him to be. Listen,
no.
I'm always going to his story, the original Force Unleashed. That's it. Boom. I don't care. But please give me find some way to work him in as to, like, the Inquisitor. Like, I don't care if you gotta put the Grand Inquisitor to the side. I want him to be like maybe the original concept or something. I don't
I just
care.
don't.
Like, I miss him. I understand Vader doesn't need an apprentice. I didn't think he did either. I just want to be honestly. I think it's just maybe me saying I want to see Sam Witwer dual wield two red lightsabers on screen.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah, I get that. I just don't think he's slots in
I
well.
don't think he will be handled properly to the point where I'm like okay with him staying safe. But I mean, if and I guess it kind of contradicts my like gospel looking views earlier. But man, throw him in canon too, just so I can say he's in both. I don't care.
I don't.
I'm just greedy.
Yeah, I can't get
I just love Star
I don't think
Killer.
I
I
can
don't
get
know.
behind that one. I think that
That's fine.
I
I don't
think
think
with
it's ever gonna happen, but I would love to see if they could try and pull it off because it was really interesting to pull it off from the get go, giving Vader an
yeah,
apprentice.
I would
So I'm
agree
just
with
I'm
that,
just curious.
and I think that he worked in a world where Ahsoka didn't exist.
See, I would love to see them meet one day.
I don't think that
I don't
I
think it's
think
ever gonna happen. I don't think we're ever gonna get it.
I
That's
think
just me
he
being like, damn, that'd be so cool. Like that's just me combine. That's the problem when you take legends and canon and merge them together
mhm,
in your philosophy. Is
yeah,
you get little things like that. Like
and
I want to see these guys.
I do also think that, like, my head and as a fan, I'm like, "Oh, that would be pretty cool because I do love them both. I think for
Mhm.
me, the thing with that specifically is that he becomes, 1, a little bit redundant with Ahsoka's existence narratively for Anakin,
Right.
but then
Dual wielding
also
apprentice.
yeah, like, I just feel like it, like, clashes, like, that he wouldn't want to do that again, especially with the
No,
original Clone
I
Wars.
totally get that. Like
But
when she got introduced, there was like, oh.
yeah, um, yeah, so I can't co-sign that
I,
one.
I I don't expect anyone to jump on that. That like I said, that's more of like a headcanon, like just so I can see Ahsoka and Starkiller meet kind of situation. I would also like to see like his interpretation in
I mean,
Inquisitor armor,
that yeah, that
but
would be cool, and I do think that's one of
that's
those
that's
things where,
just
like,
like
I'd love to see, like, a fan art or, like, a short comic or, like, a something that's
like a
that.
like and I don't even care if it's like not necessary like even just more Starkiller content. Maybe not like maybe go like a Visions approach.
Dude,
Like
I was about to
we
say,
don't
do you know I
canon.
don't even know how we didn't talk about Visions at all in this
Oh,
episode,
Visions
but
is goaded.
Visions is peak. That's some top tier Star Wars content on the whole. We'll have
Yeah.
to talk
I'm
more.
very okay, like, I'm like, since we kinda missed it, but I'm very okay with just saying that approach to making Star Wars stories is perfectly okay, and it needs to happen more.